Buenos nachos, everyone. Welcome to Fanny Pack Wrestling 2K23 MyGM. It's week 19 of the reset, and we're rocking and rolling with more fantastic GM mode and modded WWE 2K23. I'm PD Rave representing TNA Wrestling. Here with me are my fellow GMs. We have representing Ring of Honor, DJM.
Buenos tacos, muchachos.
Mm-hmm. And representing AEW Collision, we've got QUITS.
What's up?
Mm-hmm. And out on assignment is Drew, who normally represents AEW Dynamite. He's going over to see the Skylights. So he's going to have a freaking blast, and I'm happy for him.
And everyone, I have an engagement with Starfleet later this evening, so y'all know. If you listen, you get it. Y'all know.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get started. Let me make sure I have everything. There you go. Let's get started. We're rocking and rolling in week 19. As you can see, Drew's presence is he's not here, but his presence is looming in the fact that we're all chasing him at the top of the mountain. Vast lead on us at number one.
I'm honestly just doing my best.
Yeah, and I'm just down here in the shitters, like
the DJM spot.
Yeah, we'll see. But let's get over here to the thing. Let me make sure y'all are set up with everything. Okay. Okay. So we had. All right, and we're gonna start with Collision. Before you get started, let me make sure I have music going.
Yeah.
Get the vibes going. I'm gonna go with Dreamcore. Let's see what the hell that is. Okay, and then all right, and then you ready to go?
More or less.
Yeah. You have control and everything?
Let me click into the window.
Okay,
yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
What's the discussion this week, boys?
I do have a
What's
question.
on your mind, Cass?
No, I'm booking.
Jeej, I have a question for you.
Of course.
So something came up on Reddit. I think re-emerged on Reddit. It's probably going to re-emerge periodically every once in a while because it's an amusing video.
All right.
What re-emerged was a particularly infamous clip of Kazuchika Okada receiving less than stellar offense from one Tangaloa.
Yes.
That clip. And
Okada, to his credit, being the great worker that he is, went out of his way to sell that offense. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're the one that's most likely to maybe have a grasp of this, but I wanted to, just in case, ask you: is Tangaloa that bad, or was that just a bad night?
I think it was a bad night on Tangaloa's part because he's a very good tag team wrestler. Always has been a really good tag team wrestler. I know that he is at the very least, solid singles wrestler. I genuinely don't know what happened there at all.
Yeah.
It seemed like he might have just been having a really bad night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I that's what I was hoping for. It's just like
because any of the New Japan weebs will probably tell you that Tangaloa is terrible, and he's not.
Yeah.
Is he Tetsuya Naito? Is he Shingo Takagi? No. But he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is. Wait. Keep going, Kaz. I'm close. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry.
No. He's almost hurt. He's too hurt.
Oh.
Damn.
I also don't. I think most New Japan fans would say if he were to join his brother in WWE, most people really wouldn't be fazed by it either way.
But yeah. All right. Speaking of New Japan, we did have Windy City Riot recently.
We did.
That was a fun night. That was a fun night with some surprises.
Yes, it was.
I missed a couple of matches that I didn't get to see. I keep forgetting that I should probably go back and check them out, but I missed the women's matches, which is a bummer for me because I forgot to turn the show on until basically they were all done.
I might have a question for you about that.
But yeah, it was a fun night. We had the culmination of why they showed the footage, which was Jack Perry kind of solidifying himself a little bit.
Yes, indeed.
He had a good night, and he was getting cheered.
In Chicago, Jack Perry was cheered significantly more than he was booed.
Exactly.
I stress, in Chicago.
Yes. But and here's the funny thing. I was like, you know what? I wasn't surprised because I was informed by Chicagoans on Reddit on the I think it was AEW official, where they were like, there was a meme. I think I posted it on the Discord, but there was a meme of like Jack Perry going into Chicago this weekend. There's a picture of John Cena coming into the one night stand with his WWE Championship.
Yeah,
and they were like, nah, we're gonna be rooting for him. like no, it's like, and they were like, hey, Punk isn't even from Chicago. He's from Northport.
It would appear as though when it comes to CM Punk in the city of Chicago, apparently they actually don't love him like that.
Not anymore.
They don't love him like that, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think people got an assumption of it. I think it was just that it could really be that people got an assumption that he was Chicago's boy, and they loved him because he was Chicago's boy. But maybe, just maybe, Chicago is a great wrestling town, and they were excited to see a legendary wrestler come back. And the fact that he was, from the area was cool too. But maybe it's just Chicago's a great wrestling town.
It is. It certainly is. If memory serves me, as Chairman Kaga would say, I believe Nicholas and Matthew Jackson were cheered on an episode of Dynamite in Chicago.
I think so, yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
So
I think, and I think that solidifies that, that was what people were like, what was the point of releasing the footage? And then Jack Perry's reception and how he's kind of like, and how he will eventually get received and when he comes back to AEW. That's why. Like, to build him up. And they're gonna, give people were gonna be on this side. It wasn't about putting down CM Punk, it was about building up Jack Perry. I'm excited. Also, we had Takahashi versus Ali was fun. It was I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna confess. It was my first my first exposure to Daryl Takahashi.
Oh, you've never seen Daryl before?
I don't think I'd seen him because I always forget to watch. I don't think I have. If I have, I probably forgot. Like a lot of things in my life.
For the folks at home, Daryl Takahashi is Hiromu Takahashi's pet cat, who once survived a vicious ripping and mauling from Bad Luck Fale.
And also is now yoked. He's got abs and muscles. Yeah, good on him. What else? Yeah, he's Daryl's a body guy now.
He's on the gas.
Yeah. But you know what? As long as he's cycling properly and safely, all the power to him.
No, it's all chicken and broccoli. Real chicken breast and broccoli.
Exactly. And by broccoli, we mean catnip.
Hey, maybe it's legal over there.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't judge.
Also, so that was a fun match, just because I enjoy Ali. He's pretty fantastic. And we got Mox becoming IWGP World Champion. I was actually genuinely surprised.
That was an exceptionally well-timed sound clip.
Yes. That's the new timer ending. Now we'll just do the
Ring of Honor. All right. I've had enough crap. Working at Ring of Honor has been a complete joke. Well, you know what, MyGM, I never really liked you much anyway. Petey?
You should have.
There we go. Right,
100,000 bucks.
You? MyGM?
I'm sorry, no. Goodbye. Oh, you got some money back.
Deuces. Say hi to Keith for
Got
me.
a pretty good amount of money back.
Yeah, that worked out.
I think you should put me in a match with Sky. Trust me on this. All right, you know what? Yeah, cool. I
Shayna
can do
Baszler
that,
out
Shayna.
giving productive, great,
You know what? We could do that for Shayna Baszler. We can do that.
Shayna Baszler coming in with a
Shayna
great idea.
Baszler, Io Sky.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
That fucks.
As the kids say, I fucks with that. I can do that.
I'd say it does. It's a nice contrast in style. Shayna Baszler trying to keep it on the ground. Io Sky trying to take it to the sky.
All right. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the Genius of the Sky versus the nickname that I'm not gonna use anymore because it has a different connotation.
Oh, the Queen one?
Yeah, we're not using that anymore.
Oh, okay. The Queen of the Mat.
That works. That works.
Queen of the Mat.
Okay.
The Queen of Bloodsport.
We got a
Hell
little.
yeah.
Speaking of Bloodsport, news from Josh Barnett is that he will be facing IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley in the first ever Bloodsport Bushido at Ryogoku in Japan. Now, for the folks at home, Bloodsport is Josh Barnett's offshoot of GCW, where it is more of the shoot style MMA influenced side of pro wrestling.
Oh yeah, let me start you on your timer. Sorry. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, what do you want from me, TK? What does Kenny want?
He's just his contractors are firing. But yeah, the Bloodsport, obviously it's named after the movie Bloodsport from 1988, which is fantastic.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, baby.
JCVD.
Like, that's literally the idea of they take down the ropes, so the ring just has no ropes or turnbuckles, and everybody's like shoot style, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a
like the aesthetic is wonderful.
Hell yeah, it is really fun.
It's
like,
what Raw Underground wants to be.
It was Raw Underground wants to be. It's what, let's be honest, the Crucible in Chicago, what Chikara wanted to be. It's
yeah.
But it's so cool, and then like those two are so perfect.
How many belts does that man have?
Holy shit, Jack Perry 3.
Jack Perry, the belt collector over here.
Jack Perry is killing it.
Oh yeah. Ring of Honor World Champion, Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion.
Jack got it all.
My man is the belt collector.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We told you Jack was blowing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Who can I?
Oh yeah.
I haven't used AR Fox in forever.
We're also gonna Santino Marella in Bloodsport Bushido, which
is wild because deep lore, guys. Santino actually worked in the Japanese promotion Battle Arts, which was another shoot style promotion.
He has a history of martial arts, and we are also getting Quentin Rampage Jackson and Mike O'Hearn, which is
it was just a whole nother thing. Let's do some advertising.
I think you guys brought this up before we started recording, but you brought up the footage, and the one thing that I took from it and I love from it is how much the generic wrestling fan doesn't understand publicity.
Yeah.
In any fathom, because they're all like, this didn't mean anything. We didn't learn anything new. Like, they're like, why even show this? This was so bad. And it's like, they showed it because you're talking about it.
Yeah.
You're talking about it. If it really didn't mean anything, you wouldn't be talking about it.
It also, I think, illustrates how little wrestling fans understand about throwing hands. Yeah.
But just in general, right? It's just that thing that, like, they did a thing, everyone talked about it.
Yeah.
Everyone tuned in. You know what I mean? Like, it in the metrics, it did what it was supposed to do, right? And you can have your opinions on whether it's a bad take or whatever, all that shit, and that's fine. But in the metrics, it did what it was supposed to do. And when people who think they understand things and start talking about the metrics, and you go, but it met all the metrics.
Yeah.
Like,
and like one of the takes is that, like, you know, it was a nothingness of a fight, and why are they making a big deal of it? But if you watch the segment, they literally say it wasn't so much of a fight as a little bit of a tussle, a school ground tussle. Yeah, and they literally say it out loud. They literally said it out loud.
Yeah, but that's because there's a buildup in everyone else's head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's this larger than life thing that happens in everyone else's head, but they never built it that way. They never build it that way.
The whole point was to show that it was that. As far as the actual,
and it was just to get everyone talking about it and talking about the product. And when people make videos about it and they're like, yeah, but this didn't mean anything, I'm like, no, you dummy, you're doing exactly what they want. You're talking about it and you're making videos about the product. No, you fell for it.
And it wasn't about changing anyone's mind, because it was about just. It's about
getting the truth out.
Getting the truth out.
I mean, there's that factor, and there's getting people to talk about your product.
Exactly.
Like, what did they do?
Two of those things.
Everyone is
because they weren't going to change anyone's mind, because everyone kind of literally took. It was like a placebo. It was just like a Rorschach test of where your opinions already were on that shit, because people loved dunking on Punk took it as an opportunity to dunk on Punk, despite the fact that there was no real reason to it other than to say he was an asshole, because they were like making jokes about, like, he failed to do a choke and he's such a shitty MMA guy. It's like, no, he tried to choke him and people were pulled apart. Like, he didn't fail anything. People were pulled apart, like, before it escalated. Like, but people that wanted to, like, he's so.
That's how most fights go in any workplace.
Yeah.
If somebody gets a little too hot, like, shoving happens, and then other people step in and go, hey, we're at work, stop.
Stop it. Just trying to get through my shift and go home. Stop it, you idiots. Which is like Chris Hero head in the hand.
Like, oh God.
It's a great image.
The other thing I have learned, I have loved about this week in wrestling is, y'all have been talking.
Petey, what's my time?
You're at 122. 120 basically.
You guys have been talking about the whole like Joe Hendry bit.
Yeah.
And like, I loved watching because you guys gave me the like, I loved having the precursor knowledge from y'all. So I loved watching everyone else on the internet freak out about it and be like, what the fuck is this bit? And then turn to love it.
Yeah. I think people were
AEW Dynamite.
People were it's fantastic, and it's like my thing is I hope that it drives people to actually check out TNA, or at the very least Joe Hendry's work, because he's great and he's been great, and he's been great since we first talked about him when we first were watching ICW back in the fanny pack days. He's just always been fantastic.
When he got signed to TNA, it was great for everybody.
That loser returns.
It's been great.
Okay, sure, Hikaru, no problem. Good. You mess with Shida, you mess with Shida, you pay the price. I want to hear her say, oh my God, I want to see Hikaru, I want to hear Hikaru Shida say this. You mess with Shida, you pay the price.
Damn right.
It's right up there with I gotta go watch her AEW, but that clip of her going, that doesn't work for me, brother.
It's so funny.
It's so good. All right, let's see. 3, 2, 1. Now let's see what his roster is looking like. Okay, the main event should be this. Those are the tag titles. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's put it that. Okay. Rest your male tag champions this week. What does that get him? Well, he's most to a superstar after the next match. Let's see. I mean, she wants a match. Wait, does she want a match? Oh, within 3 weeks. She's getting one at the pay-per-view, so so that's not a concern.
I put that Hell in a Cell match with my level 4 rivalry, I believe.
Yeah, so that should be good.
Different from last week, I actually tried to book a good show.
Yeah.
Have you
that's a novel idea.
Moving away from wrestling just a little bit, have you guys checked out any of the Fallout series?
Oh, I just started that one. Yeah, I
cannot say that I have.
I got through the first, I'm gonna say 2 episodes.
Oh, I love this new helmet from the Lions. They got this new helmet.
Nice.
I love it.
I like it. I think I like the pace and like the vibe and the personality of it. I like that there's like a sense of like there's a sense of humor, because there has to be. It's Fallout is part of it is looking at this like heavy concept and setting, but with like an eye of like, well, what do we, like this quirkiness and like humor. But I liked it. I think my one gripe, I'm not gonna call it gripe, like a little pet peeve. I get why they did it, and I understand that, and it's just a me thing, not a thing that I think they should ever listen to. I I didn't love it that the music was just the music from the games.
Not all of it is.
I think a lot of them were like the songs.
I can tell you, yes, I can tell you the songs are in there, but actually some of them fit the aesthetic, but aren't actually the songs.
I gotta go back in there because yeah, I gotta check them out.
They just hit the mark really hard.
Yeah,
because a lot of the songs they actually just use to cut to different characters.
Yeah.
So like when you're hearing those like really familiar Fallout songs, they don't actually play the whole song. It's used as an interlude to another character.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, but like, yeah.
But see,
I wanted new songs. I don't know. It was just like a minor thing. It's overall, I think it's not a huge thing.
I watched the whole thing, and
yeah.
What I will say is,
so it might be because I'm early.
Yeah, having the music as the interconnected tissue.
Oh, yeah. The music was great. It's just yeah.
But what I mean is having that music as a bridge when you're telling a different story and not telling a story from one of the games. As this bridge, because the thing is, it's happening in the same timeline as the games. So having something that is that interconnected bit that is around the same timeline makes it feel that way.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel like all these things are happening at the same time. And I think it's a really genius way of doing that, because I think if you use drastically different music from the games, it loses a little bit of that interconnectedness.
Yeah.
Without it then being a carbon copy, right? Yeah. Because they're stepping into a vastly different realm that the games haven't tapped. But like it's really good, and I think the music being the same gives it that strand of DNA that I really loved.
Oh. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. It was just one of those things, but I think overall, I just started, so I think overall it's just really good. I like,
and I think a lot of the characters are really well done.
Yeah. Do I need? Does he need? I mean, not do I need? Does he need anybody? He's a.
And I love the look of it too. It's very well shot. Like
100%.
There's. Well, it sounds like this is more well received than the Halo series.
I didn't watch the Halo thing because one, I was never really a Halo person.
Yeah, me either.
But I really enjoyed the Fallout games. Like I might be re-downloading Fallout 4 right now.
I might.
Because I don't know, I love it. The one thing I also do love is this has once again proved that people don't have media literacy.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
No.
Because there's so many people just like, why are they talking about like capitalism and all this stuff? And it's like,
it's a game about a nuclear holocaust.
You didn't pay attention to what you were playing.
No, they never do.
Y'all don't want to hear me, you just want to dance.
It's like I said, I've said before, when it comes to Rage Against the Machine, they heard the "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me," but they have no idea who the "you" is. And they listen to none of the rest of the song, like including the literal first part where it's like where it literally talks about how, hey, Cops are racist. Like, honestly, it's on Rage for saying some. Some. They should have said all the ones who work forces are the same as burn crosses. Because they either burn the crosses themselves or.
How did they miss that one? How did they miss that one?
They weren't listening. They heard "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me," and they didn't listen to anything else. Okay, I just want to. No. I just, simple Extreme Rules. Those has a good rivalry. Okay. Let me just put the logistics. I'm not gonna screw over Drew because I ran out of time.
What else? Oh, there was something else that just popped into my head. Fuck, what was it? Oh, I know what it was that popped into my head. I know, we don't regularly look at the WWE product, but have you guys seen the new tag team belts they gave Miz and R-Truth?
I did.
My opinion, I didn't like the red leather ones, but these new ones are ugly as fucking sin. They're so goddamn ugly.
I saw them when they showed them on Raw, and I don't know why, but the weird red lighting that Monday Night Raw has really threw me off.
Yeah,
I really didn't like them. But when I saw another like still photo of them, like a stock photo of the belts, I thought they looked a lot nicer.
Yeah, I'm okay with them. I'm wondering if like it's basically the lighting. Okay, everybody's happy.
I also like that the WWE logo isn't taking over the entire belt.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like because I realize they're going for this kind of unifying design in a lot of the belts. And I don't know, man. There's just something about them that I'm not vibing with.
Okay, let me.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Let me. Okay, let me.
I'll say I think they're okay.
They're okay. I think it's they're trying to uniform, and there's always going to be. The logo is. I said it last week. The logo is surprisingly subdued, because considering what their usual MO is. It's surprisingly small, even though how big it is. Because there's always going to be there's no arguing about it. There's no fighting it. We're always going to have the big logo because it needs to be there, especially when they give them as gifts to athletes, and for the toys. But let me see. 3, 2, 1. Okay. But
I mean, and also to represent the product,
to represent the product.
That's an understandable bit,
But I'm. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate them. I know we'll have to see if they grow on me. Okay, he's fake.
What would you say? Are they moving forward with Cody yet? Are they like moving into something with him yet?
I think we have to see what they do to build a new rivalry for him. I think right now we're still in the parade tour. Phase. You know what I mean?
Still
like
in the afterglow.
Yeah. Like we slayed the monster, and all that shit, and we're setting up all these new storylines, with like and letting people who have needed rest. So like, Seth is gonna be resting. I guess Rhea is also taking a rest because she vacated her title.
That. Yeah.
But
dealing with
I
a tough
think
injury.
there is going to be a little bit of and what's next for Cody. And it seems like that's a lot of what we're alluding to is like he's done his like kind of close out on a little bit of the Bloodline storyline, and now we're getting a new bit with the Bloodline story moving forward. So it looks like we're going to do a little bit of internal strife with them again to reset that. And now it's going to be like who's going to be Cody's next like possible big matchup and big rivalry to build towards.
Do we know who it might be? Like, are there any potential names?
I mean, so potentially, as I've been paying attention to the product in the last few months, right? There's still this weird, was this weird mid storyline they put in with him and Shinsuke that never really had a resolution, but I till this day I still think WWE does not use Japanese or African American wrestlers or black wrestlers correctly, so like I feel like that's not gonna go anywhere. I don't think it's gonna be Punk, because I think we're gonna get something between Punk Drew and Damian Priest. I think that's going to be a revolving door. And if we have to wait until like Roman and Rock come back for Cody to have an opponent, that's boring.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's just boring. Like I don't want to wait that long.
That's lazy. Is what that is. That's lazy.
So I'm trying to think of like the obvious answer is Gunther, right?
Yeah.
But I usually feel like there's usually a couple of storylines going around like the bigger champions. So I'm trying to figure out the sprinkle of that and how that works.
Sprinkle of the.
But I think Gunther makes sense to give him an opportunity to see how he pairs up with Cody. I think we're gonna see a few different pairings and a few different threads laid out just to kind of see what the fans bite at. But I think Gunther is a definite push to like, you know, him and Cody have a match, and there's some remnants of obviously, you know, Gunther has Imperium at his back. The internet has been talking about a heel turn for Cody, because one person was like, that all the build up around that belt kind of makes it sound like that belt corrupts, and
I can believe that.
Yeah,
that's believable.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah. But I don't know. It just depends. So I think there are some interesting frameworks, but it's once again it's the WWE, and it depends on what they go for in the end.
Level 2 or higher rivalries.
Petey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Have you ever found AEW hard to follow?
I don't know. I don't think so. The thing with me is I have this weird thing of if I tend to like not care about like knowing everything at all times. I'm just like, whatever's happening is happening in front of me. I'll and I just infer the rest. So but yeah.
Can you say that one more time? Can you run that by me one more time?
So if I don't know exactly why something is happening in front of me, I just guess mentally.
Okay.
and
Okay.
or just infer. Like getting a joke based off of context, not by personal experience, rather like in essence. I don't
Okay.
know. But yeah, I think short answer would be not really. No.
Okay.
And mainly because I watch a lot. So.
People put out this idea that AEW is hard to follow and that AEW has, quote, no stories, unquote.
What do you mean? Oh, I mean, I've heard this as well, but now that I've paid attention to the products, it's very easy to follow. You know what I kind of
I was thinking about this earlier today, and I figured out how I want to conceptualize WWE and AEW, or really WWE and every other wrestling promotion in the world. In the case of WWE is a television show about people who want to be famous and don't like each other, and they're fighting to be famous. The goal is to be rich and famous, and there just so happens to be a wrestling company around.
Yes.
In the case of AEW and every other wrestling company, it is about the wrestlers competing to be the best. There doesn't necessarily have to be like this blood feud hatred storyline with the wrestlers, because the story is they are competing against one another to be the best. That's what it is. That's really the core of it all.
So you know a little bit of how I attest these things is if and this is very specific for like comic book fans, right? Like a little bit of older school DC and Marvel, like you could get the context of most of the Batman comics from the one series you read, right? You know there's other storylines happening in other books that sometimes bleed over, but they give you enough context. You don't have to go buy the Robin series to if you're following a main Batman story. They'll give you the context. It'll be there.
Means so much, because in the case of AEW, you don't have to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. You don't have to watch Ring of Honor. You don't have to watch CMLL or AAA. But if you do, it will enhance the experience.
Yes. Whereas there'd be shit happening in the Spider-Man comic, and you literally miss a whole ass storyline if you didn't buy the Civil War comics. Because you're like, huh? When did this... there's a new version of Aunt May. What the fuck was that? Oh, it's in Civil War. All right, I guess I gotta read that one. And then you're like, wait, huh? What? Wait, oh, no, this storyline happens in Spider-Man 2077. Okay, and that's how I feel sometimes with WWE, where I'm just like, oh, okay, so they were... Oh, no, but they're still doing things in NXT? They're the... Huh? Oh, are they not the same character in NXT that they are on Raw? Because they didn't use the name that they used for him on Raw. And like...
Thank God they don't do much of that anymore.
Yeah.
No, they have been doing a little bit of that again.
But to bring it back to AEW, I think the thing is, you have to be willing to immerse yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to immerse yourself in the idea that this is a professional wrestling company and these wrestlers are competing. If you're going into it saying, this is fake and I'm just watching a TV show because it's fake, you're probably not gonna enjoy the presentation that AEW does. But if you're willing to immerse yourself and say, hey, I am watching a wrestling show, and these professional wrestlers are competing to be the best. You can get into it. Like, it's I just feel like it is so much simpler than I ever imagined it being, but it's really that simple. It is professional wrestlers competing in a company to show who is the best. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you can bring other wrestlers from other companies, because we're all on the same wavelength. That's also why it's so hard for other wrestlers from other places to adopt to WWE, because their audience, by and large, does not immerse themselves. They're there for the entrances and the catchphrases and the signs, which are all great, but everywhere else, all of those things are secondary to what happens when the bell rings. With WWE, it's the other way around. What happens in the ring is secondary to all the other stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just don't think it's nearly as hard to follow as some people might say.
Yeah, no. I'm having no trouble following it.
It's because when the story is kind of thrust in your face as that this is all there is, as it is with WWE, I'm like cool, okay, like I watched Raw, that's what happened that week. Oh, okay, they're gonna do something else at SmackDown, I'll watch that. Oh, there might be a little thing that happens in NXT, cool. Like I have my through line for my narrative, right? When AEW presents something as like, oh, and now this wrestler from New Japan is coming in and, he's doing this. And those fans don't feel like they have the context for that wrestler. They feel like they're missing something. But they give you all the context.
No,
this dude has been at the top of his game in this promotion. Now he's coming here. That's all the context you fucking need.
That's
and they usually do like a little
really
if they need to, they do a little video packages to tell you, hey, here's some matches. And here's some moments.
This guy is here on Dynamite. Then he's going to do a promo on Rampage. And then he's going to have his first match on Collision. Like, it's nowhere near as complicated as they think it is.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, and then there, it's not like AEW lacks like fun, non-serious, out of ring stuff. They have that fun stuff out of the ring. They have fun entrances. They have fun promos, but it's seasoning. It's seasoning. Yeah. They use that as seasoning to the meat of the in-ring work.
But it's also the thing when something's only been served to you one way.
Yeah.
And somebody goes like, hey, here's steak and eggs. And you're like, why are these eggs different? And you're like, oh, I used ostrich eggs. And it's like, it's a different type of steak. They're like, but then it's not steak and eggs. It's like, no, it's still steak.
And me,
or it's more like
me, for the last 20 years or so,
a T-bone. It's like I use Wagyu, I use Kobe.
Just fucking try it. Just fucking try it, will you? Just have a fucking bite, one, and see how you feel. Just fucking try it.
Because I will say, I am loving the fucking the rise and face turn of fucking Swerve and the back and forth he's having with Samoa Joe, because fucking Samoa Joe knows how to cut a goddamn promo like nobody's fucking business.
Yeah, he does.
And it doesn't even have to be like a face turn for Swerve. It's just you're intrigued by the motivations and the journey of him as a protagonist and Samoa Joe as his antagonist. It doesn't even have to be like cut and dry. You know, I'm not even talking about in the realms of like cool heels or anything like that, or shitty thing. I'm literally just bringing it back to the actual storytelling of is the protagonist and the antagonist. They don't, the protagonist doesn't have to be a complete cut and clean good guy baby face, and the antagonist doesn't have to be evil, even though Samoa Joe is the big boss. It's the compelling storytelling of two characters, and they're doing it with purely with what they are as competitors, fighters, and what they can do in the ring.
And the World Championship.
And the
World
Championship.
Last I heard is what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah. World Championship and a little bit about Swerve Strickland having something to prove about what he can, that he can come up big when it matters. And so it's all compelling. It's all having a piece of I'm just having so much fun watching AEW. This is
the current match in front of us has brought up a question in my mind on
Actually,
something.
Me too. But I'll let you go first.
Okay. Something I don't enjoy in the storytelling of wrestling that AEW and WWE has done with the same character, which is Jade Cargill, is squash matches.
Yeah.
Just come out, oh man, that ended really quickly. They're so fucking dominant. And they're doing a little bit with Braun Breaker too.
Yeah.
That shit's boring to me.
It only works for so much. At some point you have to just put them in with the actual competition.
They want to save that. They want to save that and make you pay money for it.
Yeah, but
because that's what they do.
Here are your winners, Jade, Cargill, and Bianca Belair.
And I think there's also a lot of questions about how much Jade is capable of getting ungreen. Like,
I am going to, PD, Kaz, starting now, I'm recusing myself from any and all discussion on Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I think
until you see more. Like what is the weight on?
Okay. There's this idea that WWE has done so much with Jade Cargill since she got there.
Yeah.
When in reality,
she hasn't been there.
The presentation between her in WWE and her in AEW is pretty much identical.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying, right? Like when she was in AEW, it was a lot of squash matches until she got to like 1 or 2 matches or 3 that like meant something. And like it looks like we're doing the same thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why we all know the reason why AEW protected her for so long. And why how WWE found that out. We know what, right?
Yeah.
It's because I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get canceled, but we all know why WWE is protecting Jade Cargill just as much as AEW did. And I just feel until I see different, I'm just not gonna say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair, right? I think it's fair to be like, I see the flaws. Hopefully you can work them out better than the last team did. But right now we're kind of on the same course.
Yeah, it's
same
like,
boat, same bridge.
Things aren't working like they should be, as far as like
but they're exactly what we expected.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit of pairing, and I think this is something that I've noticed WWE does pretty well in, like, rather than like, hey, which seems to be the AEW way, like, yo, let's figure it out in the ring, like, figure it the fuck out. Like, WWE will kind of be like, cool, let's do a little bit of training. Cool, let's pair you with somebody who's kind of similar, who can maybe show you a few things, give you that eye level of things, and pairing her with Bianca Belair
and Naomi.
I think, and Naomi.
I feel like, and I've always believed this, if you need two people to cover you up, like, come on. Like, I mean, if you need Bianca and Naomi to, like, carry the load. And look, I know. Talking about the women in wrestling in any kind of critical manner gets a lot of people really uncomfortable. Am I right, PD?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care, but yeah.
But speaking
because I hold them to the same standards.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Everything about Jade Cargill, I've just
Hold on. I think I have a great way for you to say everything without saying nothing. Is it giving Goldberg?
That is literally what was exactly in my head just now. Damn, Kaz, my man, Kaz.
So here's the big deal. Why? And if people want to like say like the big difference is now when she was in AEW, it was early in her career. And AEW, for all its strength, they don't have the PC. They don't have the PC.
Yeah, that's what I said. Their way of doing it is, we're gonna put you in the ring, figure it the fuck out, please.
Because that's what they have, and that's why they usually have like established talents.
They do a lot more. They do a lot more.
They have trainers. Then she likely was working. She was working with Dustin.
Dustin has a school.
Thunder
Rosa has a school and her own promotion.
Yes.
And as everyone already knows, AEW allows their wrestlers to take independent dates if they want to. And a lot of the roster takes advantage of that. And the example I'm going to give you is Sky Blue. Sky Blue, when she started, was not good.
Yeah.
But she continued doing independent shows.
She was showing promise in the indies, and she had good moments there.
Right.
She just needed a little more seasoning to be able to stand in the big stage.
Now, here's the stat that I think I saw.
Yeah.
That it was Sky Blue in 2023 had more televised matches on AEW than anyone. Yeah. She had the most televised matches in 2023.
Yeah.
And if you look at Sky Blue now in comparison to what she was, it's miles ahead. Yeah. Miles.
So it's like she was always willing to. She just wanted the reps.
And in the case of Jade Cargill, you didn't hear much about her doing independent shows.
No.
You didn't hear her much about training until she got to WWE, and that was a while ago now.
Yeah. So and what I was talking about is like early on in her career, it was. I think it still was. At the time, unfair to judge, yet. Because she was. So the people that were like shitting on her, that was unfair. Like, give her time to get some reps and give her time to grow and show what she can do. She's had time now, and now she's at a company where she has. Now AEW has resources, but they do train people, but they don't have the PC. They don't have that, and that's a whole other level. and they don't have a centralized.
Oh, going for a Spanish fly.
And yeah, AEW lets you
And
do
he hits
indie bookings, but that is self-driven growth, where maybe some people need guided growth, need to be taken through the process. And now that she's in that system, and if she doesn't show that growth, that, you know, maybe she was just never teachable.
But she looks like a star.
You know, and she can be a lot of different places, and she can be she can model, and she can do a lot of things, and honestly, she could probably even still thrive in the WWE in a very protected manner, but it's not going to be enjoyable for people to watch.
Legitimate question.
Like, look at Bianca Belair was incredibly teachable. She went from nothing to the PC, and now she's one of the best out there.
Right. Legitimate question here. Since Jade Cargill signed with WWE, how many matches has she had?
I think like
3
2.5.
right?
I guess. I don't know. I'm guessing 2.5.
Like matches? Yeah, I think we're at 2. No, wait. She had a singles match too, I think. But I think it was a squash match.
2 cage match.
Okay.
Then the triple tag match. She did a spot,
The
so
Royal
that doesn't really
Rumble.
count. The Royal Rumble.
WrestleMania. She beat Chelsea Green in 30 seconds.
Right, and then she had a tag team match with Bianca.
And I'm looking at cage match now.
The
And
Royal Rumble doesn't count. That's just like being an appearance. Yeah, the 6-woman tag, where she was barely in.
Yeah.
So the Royal Rumble doesn't count. 6-woman tag. So like I said, 2.5.
The squash match with Chelsea Green, and then the tag match with her and Bianca and Chelsea Green.
This is fucking.
that
was cool.
Those 2 matches have a grand total of just over 2 minutes.
Exactly. Also, that let's talk about what we were in front of us. That little spot that they animated and the little cutscene. That was actually kind of cool.
That was cool. Just last bit of that. Jade Cargill signed with WWE in October. So has she been just training continuously since then?
Learn how to take a bump. Learn how to get to your spot.
And if that's the case, holy shit, everyone in AEW was carrying her.
Yeah. Including Chris Statlander. Shows how great Chris Statlander is.
It shows how great a lot of the women in AEW are. Chris Statlander, Red Velvet, Sky Blue, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah. No, I think I genuinely really enjoy the women's matches in AEW a lot more than I do the ones in WWE.
Because I think we're for all the crap that Tony Khan gets about the women's division, Triple H might be even worse.
Well, that's impossible. Triple H is the greatest booker ever.
And he's like a father to them. What are you talking about? Like Papa H. From what I've seen, as far as like time given and things like that, they're going backwards a bit from what I can tell. And like,
Is this a submission match?
I forgot.
I forgot.
This is. I don't know. Is this?
There have been a lot of submission tries.
I think it was.
I forget. This is a Dynamite match, right? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I think it is.
My show came and went. I didn't even really pay attention to my own show.
But it. We'll have to see. Like, you know.
So speaking of WWE's women's division, Rhea Ripley had to vacate her title
Due to injury. Yes.
due to injury, caused not by all the matches and stuff that she had. Even though we've been watching her wear a wrist brace for the last couple months, but because of Liv Morgan's revenge tour.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which is kind of fun. That is kind of a bummer. Because she had done so much to kind of establish herself as a champion.
Yeah. But I think it is interesting, right? Because
Gentlemen, I am about to beam out.
Okay.
all right.
Understood.
All right. Y'all enjoy your evening. Everybody out there, thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out. Please don't cancel me about my opinions on Jade Cargill.
And even if they do, you keep talking. Cancelization just means less followers.
Yeah.
Less
I need
stupid
all the help I
followers.
can get.
Let's do it. I don't need followers.
Hey, all
the
right.
submissions specialist. Go
In
on
that
and
case,
Shayna Baszler win.
I can see how my main event worked out.
Oh, yeah,
for
this
first
is-
four.
I gotta fix your thing. I got a little messed up. Hopefully I can get like a proper like Ring of Honor arena or Ring of Honor variant of if not for this season, at least for next season. But I think I don't know. It is yeah.
Disappointing. Oh man.
Boo! I disagree.
I quit.
Yeah, I also disagree.
I quit.
All right, you go focus on Star Trek.
All right. Hi guys.
Yeah, I mean, now what you I don't know. You said you've been paying a little bit more attention to Dodie. What do you think their plans are with that title now? What do they establish now?
So I am not super sure, right? Because I don't think they immediately want to put it back on Liv Morgan. But I don't even think that makes sense story-wise. And I'm trying to think of who's kind of next up, and I think it's a little icky to do everything you've done with Becky Lynch and then put her in a title run.
Yeah,
like it felt like such a good bookend to her going through having that match, not being able to win it, give her some time off as well, let her recruit and see where she comes back. The other possibility is
I didn't mean to make this a role change. I meant to make it a self promo. Fuck.
Oh.
I fucked up.
Is maybe Nia Jax?
Yeah.
But
yeah. God, that makes me feel icky.
yeah, I'm not sure, man. There's so many things and I'm just not sure which way they fall.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 240 pounds, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions.
It was hard for me to know for sure.
Yeah, because like right now it's like it can't be Bianca Belair because you're pushing a tag team bit.
Yeah.
For her, right? Maybe Naomi, but Like, that's, I don't know. Maybe this is also a good space and place for a Charlotte Flair return.
Maybe.
But I also feel like it's you put it on someone else that you're trying to push. You know what I mean? Into that space, and the only other person in my head I can think is like Morgan. You know, like who has recently come back, and somebody that I know WWE likes to push, and it's like, but does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at things like I'm looking at the roster, but it's hard for me to because like I need
hard
to like
figure out who that standout is, right? Because you're like a lot of you are just generic.
Well, without having
perfect
any
couples of-
context, it's hard for me to say because like I need to start dipping my toe in again. But you know who has the problem is
let me look at this. Let me look at
what
this.
it's like. How do I have 3 hours to give on a Monday night? Especially considering we do record breakers on Monday night. But do I watch it delayed? But I mean, I can watch it on Peacock. The thing is, that I say that, but WWE is probably the easiest one for me to like start to get into because it's on Peacock, so I could just watch Raw on like late after I'm done with record breakers, or the next day in the morning or something like that. Like once I get because my TV's busted, so once I get my new TV up, I might just be able to, that could be something I could do in the morning. Just pop open Peacock and just like watch Raw for a bit, and then maybe we'll watch an hour in the morning, go for my walk / Pokemon Pokestop thing. Then maybe watch an hour or so in the afternoon, or a couple hours in the afternoon, and that's it. I don't know.
Because if they no, I'm not gonna circle back to the Jade Cargill talk we've been having because
No. We're good with that.
like
there's a lot of like memorable talent. It's just that not all of them are quite there yet. They're building them.
yeah.
Like they have a lot of like really cool like performers. It's just like a lot of them aren't there yet. Like Io Sky just lost her title. Like
Yeah, and then you're just gonna give her a different title.
Yeah.
like Bailey has a title, so you know.
like look at who else. Yeah, Liv.
Right? It's like you can
just,
go up and down the list twice, and then you come back and
you know
you're
what?
like,
Fuck it, Mako
Liv.
Satomura. Just bring Mako Satomura in there. She just like shows up out of nowhere, like fucking beats somebody for the title. Says, "Screw you, I've got mine." She becomes your new final boss.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. You know what?
Because
no context given. She just shows up, beats some ass, and wins the title.
the only other person that I think has a lot of fan retention, but I don't know if they're super duper there yet, is Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah. Again, she's one of those talents where it's like she has a lot of momentum and she's really memorable, but is she there yet?
Yeah.
Do you push her there just yet? Like, would that do her a disservice? God dang it! I'm refreshing the page, WWE.com. And
But that's the only other person in mind other than like Liv Morgan or some other big name coming back and holding on to the title for a bit.
how Okay, you probably have to go. Ooh, Eddie Kingston coming out victorious.
Yeah.
How has Mia Yim been? Michin, no, I guess. I was like, cause I know she's been like with the Good Brothers, the OC. But,
I mean, other than playing like the female manager role and that feud that's happening, like nothing.
yeah,
Like she's just stuck in that, like all she's really doing is escorting, coming to the ring with them. And then doing a bit with, I forget who's on the Street Profit side.
yeah, Bobby Lashley.
No. So they like, they all have like their stable and then like one female.
Yeah. Oh,
and then, like,
BFAB.
Yeah. Okay. So it just evolves into the it turns into a big kerfuffle. Everybody does their spot, and then those two do their spot versus each other. Like one of them tries to interrupt the match, and the other one does a spot. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's kind of it.
I mean, they won't, but I would love for Michin, I guess we're going with that, Michin to break out of that and get put into like a more prominent spot. But I don't know that they care about her like I do. So it's like, let's watch this match because I know I fixed the main event. On TNA Impact, we're gonna have The Rock versus KG Muta, the Great Muta. Somebody made his like final boss like graphics. So I should get that installed at some point. Now that I'm gonna be using it.
I do love how much his music hasn't changed, but he just he has like new little flair to his music every time he comes back.
Yeah.
Just like a new little bit of something.
But yeah, I don't know. I would love for Michin to get something going. They very well could do something with their problem. I could see them bringing Nia Jackson, having her hold the title. But I don't like it at all. But that's the reality. Piper Niven would be another great one, even though she kind of like is like in that team with Chelsea Green. But if they kind of bring her up to the big stage,
they're kind of just there to get squashed right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Just put it on Samantha Irving. Let her sit on the ringside. Don't even bother to. Then she can give it back to Rhea. Like, just have her hold it there at ringside. Then she can give it back to Rhea when she's back. Screw it. Oh, shut. Goddamn. What's Sean Spears been up to in NXT? Just hitting people with chairs, I presume?
I haven't watched much of NXT.
I gotta check that. It's wild that they brought him back and he's still Sean Spears rather than going back to Ty Dillinger. But it makes sense.
I mean, I will give them that, right? They're learning, this person went somewhere and made a bigger name for themselves as this than the name we gave them. So let's use the name that pops and is already selling merch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
The only thing with like NXT I've been paying attention to was the Trick Williams and
Trick Williams and Mello and all that jazz. And then Trick seems to be kind of solidifying himself really well, which is cool.
Which also is having like they are really playing up the Black Panther bit that they have. It's like Mello wants to be
the king. He's trying to be Killmonger.
Yeah, he is bringing that Killmonger vibe every week, especially with the fucking off-white fucking shit he's been wearing.
One of my favorite like bits nowadays is people pointing out that now all video games have one black hair, and it's the Killmonger hair.
Yeah,
every black character has the same hairdo. It's the Killmonger hair. Like, it's like they found a new black hair. They know they can't just do an afro or just like a tight, you know. So it's like
cornrows, afro, a fade, and some kind of dreads that look terrible, and then dreads in a ponytail.
Yeah. But now it's just Killmonger hair. like
the short dreads with a little bit of color on top.
Yeah, that are like right up there. I'm just saying, what if Killmonger had a low-tempered fade? Oh yeah. What else? For everything I've been peeking into that world. I'm let's just say I'm glad we no longer cover K-pop anymore. Every time, like, I've been paying attention to like random little things, like the whole narrative around fucking Le Seraphim now, and it's like, everybody just shut up.
Told you, I had to protect my mental now. That shit is making me mad.
Yeah, it's just like, what is? Stop it. And meanwhile, like I watched their performance, I was like, this just seems like a fun performance. I was like, whatever. It was like everything has to be a thing. Everything has to be like. So glad we got out. We got out the game, Kaz. We escaped.
It was like, I'm just mad every week.
You know what? Here, give me some fucking jams. Filter out to me some jams I can blast on Spotify, and I'm just not gonna bother paying attention to anything else. At least I'm gonna try now too. There's some of it I can't help.
Yeah, I get it every now and again. Like I think I got that video I sent you of somebody talking about JYP's performance.
JYP. Oh, great Muta in a kind of a decisive victory over The Rock. Holy moly. JYP he's an enigma. He's a character. Cause like, as a producer, he is a legend. Like, he makes bangers. He crafts bangers. But as a performer, he's hard to peg. He's mediocre. Probably, I don't know. They're both kind of old. And like that performance was just, I think, kind of chef's kiss, because like the fashion was on point. I will not slander the fashion. The fashion was fantastic. It was ridiculous, over the top, but that's what you do at an award show. You do ridiculous, over the top fashion. But like, man, JYP has it takes a lot of bravery to continue to have a active music career when you can't sing. And it is just so brave of him to just keep going at it. He's just gonna keep going at it and just keep perfect new rivalry. Yes, that other rivalry was just doing absolutely dog shit. So now we have some for actually all in. But JYP is just, and I love that performance, and like the reports of like what people that went to see him in New York and stuff. It was just hilarious. Also, the other news that is like I'm actively watching, because it's one of those where it's like it's actually fun because freaking the Chu and Luna, and it's because that's the every headline is Blackberry Creative taking L after L after L because they keep losing court case after court case, and Chu keeps winning. So it's like this finally something where I can like be happy about. Like, yeah, okay. Drama curve.
Yeah, I knew that one mid card wasn't going to do that well. That tag match did a lot better than I thought it would.
So the drama curve worked out well, so it should be fine.
Yeah, they still told me to raise the quality of the matches just because that one was a 1.5.
Yeah. We have this rivalry at 2, and Danielson and Amos. Brian Danielson. Something you could probably build to All In? Maybe. Well, nothing out of the backstage brawl, which is surprising.
Yeah, that is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did get a new champion in Chris Statlander, but I gotta speed run somebody having a rivalry with her.
Yeah. Let me screenshot this for. Screenshot this. There's it. Okay.
You know, it's not that he booked his show wrong. He just kind of tends to put the matches in
odd order.
Yeah, for what's gonna pop.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's not always easy to know exactly what's gonna work well.
Yeah.
Omega Blue Cane. This is Drew's. Let me see. Am I getting screenshots? Check to make sure. Go to desktop. Or 22K23. No. Huh. Okay, Alt F1. Alright. Okay. Alright, I got good booking. Just because the quality wasn't great. I wasn't really worried about the quality this week because I kind of have so many level 4s that I don't need to do anything with.
Mm-hmm. You're just trying to coast to the.
Just trying to kind of like, and maybe like I was trying to what I was trying to do with this. I wanted to set up for All In. So starting it now so that I can slowly build it after full gear for All In. Same for this. I needed to forget about the Cope and Cardano versus fucking versus the Acclaimed, because that was just never building. That was staying at level 1 forever and doing nothing. So I was like, you know what, screw it. And then this worked out. I was hoping this would work out. I was hoping they wouldn't say it was like on cooldown, because it was like this is a rivalry I began the season with. And then Jericho Copeland, which is good. And this is again another one that's going to set up the for All In. For All In. All right. Collision. Ooh. Well, you still end up with a good budget.
Mm-hmm.
So people like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill as a tag team.
Yeah,
because they're racist. But you know what?
But I don't mind putting the belts on them to help build a rivalry. I think that's what I kind of want to do. So we'll see how that goes. What tonight's AEW? Can't wait to see more of Daniel's. It's great to see him in the ring again. Strickland has been.
Colossal Outsider's silence speaks volumes. Also, this is an in-game just social media poster. His name has 88 in it, and I swear that logo looks like a pair of H's.
It does.
I guess this is real Twitter. I guess this is Twitter. Okay, so there's that. Ring of Honor. Okay, Ring of Honor is a joke. Glad to be free. Time to leave all losers behind. Mia has decided to seek another brand to work with. That took me by surprise. Did you see Malachi jump Friedman? Looks like Jungle Boy picked up a knock tonight, but it didn't seem too bad. Where? Boy Myth Legends will sit against silence speaks volumes. I wish I knew what I accidentally deleted with those. What string I accidentally deleted. Okay, Dynamite. Tommaso Ciampa and JVZ are both fantastic at TLC matches. Should pair them up again in a repeat. Okay. My screenshot isn't working. And okay, that's his. Let's just take off the video.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's kind of like recouped a little bit of what I was working with before. What I spent. Can't wait to see more. I'm sad to be leaving Impact Wrestling. Yeah. Not sure what went wrong or why I wasn't part of the plans. Who are you? Who was that? Who? Jerry's. He worked here? Does everybody remember this? He used to work here? We fired him? Okay. Pre-match physio for Ring of Honor. Okay. And that's it. Let me see. Control Shift print screen? Or Alt Shift print screen? Oh. No, that's... No. Okay. Control Alt print screen. Alright. Oh, print screen. Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna post it. This is my way of saving a screenshot. There you go. This is the way I'm gonna save a screenshot. All right. Still AEW Dynamite on top. Man, he has you switched once again with David. You guys are switching back and forth on 2 and 3. You have AEW Dynamite has a 160,000 fan lead. That's wild.
I just gotta keep pushing it. Just gotta keep pushing
grinding.
it. Do what I can.
Nice. It's pay-per-view time. All right, let me go ahead and check these emails. Utes. Do I need? Oh, okay. Yeah, seems reasonable. It's been too long, but I'm back. Thanks for the opportunity. The movie was getting some serious buzz during test screenings. This is great for my career. Great to have you back. We need you here. We need you here. Let's get back to work. Ooh, popularity 79. Nice. Okay. You don't even put me on. I mean, we just didn't have a spot for you, my dude. You've seen the work I've been putting in, but I know I can do more for the brand. I'm ready to run a main event match. I know the fans will be excited for it. Yes, that's the plan. For Alicia, I think I literally have it planned. She's gonna. I think her and Mayu are gonna play a main event, full gear, for me. Yeah. I'll just have to figure out what the bonus match for the pay-per-view is. Because it's SummerSlam, so it's not as obvious what the match is. But yeah.
Yep.
All right. Oh, big stadium. We have the big stadium. That's the other thing.
Oh, shit.
Let's have a preview of what. Let's just check it out.
That's literally everyone's budget for the big stadium.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
I mean, but it's not the PLE stadium. But how many more seats is it?
So it's 42,000 seats. So
But it's
at
only
$8. So
it is an $8 ticket.
So it goes from
42,000 seats.
7. It goes from 87,000 in revenue to and I know that I'm typing this into Google right now. $340,000 in ticket revenue. So ideally, you'd literally make that back if you had them. That's the stuff for arena, the unlock cost.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I can't afford it, but it would be because I'm in a position where I wouldn't have to pay for the actual arena, like the booking cost, because I'm going to be using my free arena card that I have. It's just the only one I have. I think you guys have more, but damn. Well, you know what? In the future, hopefully for all in.
Here, look, let's think about this, right? So 42,500 seats at a rate of $8 per seat is like $300K.
340,000, yeah.
340,000.
And the right now what the revenue for the Fleet Center is 87,500.
Yeah, but you also have the PLE bonus attached to that.
Which is more for show quality, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like, this is your money maker. This is,
right.
This is your fan maker.
But then,
you're focused more on fans. This is revenue, big money.
It depends on how much money you have after. Like you would have 10K left.
Yeah, no, I can't even book anything. I need to book. I need to book matches, and I need to catch up in fans quickly, and so I need to book like catching things that'll catch attention right now. So I'm not gonna get the big stadium like. Because like right now, and I mean I'll do it now because we don't have time limits for the pay-per-view, so I could just do it now. The thing that I was going to do, which is this is the guy that I was going to that I'm going to release because I need to. And I'm going to be using a card on Kill Switch that'll boost his popularity. So that he can be useful for me in the future, but. Like that's my I got $1,000 from that, but it's what I needed to do for what my plans are. But yeah, I don't have the money. But you guys have a lot of decisions to make. You guys have some decisions to make. $200,000 for possibly gaining back.
If I didn't try to book such a banger of a show in the previous week, I could afford it.
Yeah. Like, and again, I think looking at, let me see. I think I see everybody's budgets. So you would have 59,000 left over.
50. Can I book
honestly? Can
I book a banger of a pay-per-view for 50K?
I mean, you'll have to see because you're the one that's most likely to be able to do it. I cannot. because and it,
'Cause
and
I
it
come out
obviously
of I come out of the other side of that at the least with somewhere in the 300K range, right?
yeah. You would at least, depending on how well, because again, how many tickets you sell is
Right.
based
There's
on
other
how,
there's other variables. There's
because you
other
might not.
variables.
It's no guarantee that you're gonna sell out. And like
Right.
this is, we know the money from this arena has pretty much been a guaranteed for all of us because we've been selling out, from what I can tell, consistently. But that's big stadium. Can we set? I don't know that I can sell that big stadium right now. I don't have that clout.
I think I have it.
You
I think
might have the budget.
I think I know the matches I can drop.
You can, I mean, and there's always, and you can look at your roster and see if somebody needs to be, let go for budget cuts,
Yeah.
But that's your decision to make. That's your cross.
I mean, I got a pretty A+ fucking roster.
Yeah.
Other than maybe dropping some, like there's a couple people I could think I could drop. Like, I could drop the Ninja Turtle that I have because I'm not really doing
The thing
anything
is,
with him.
how much money do you get? You're probably not going to get a lot of money from that.
Yeah, Owens hasn't been popping the way I wanted him to. He didn't pop like he did for me the last time.
You got to pick one person, and how much money do you get from that? Like you saw, I got $1,000 from the guy I released. Yeah, that's it, because he's one of those jobber guys.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I might do it because I think I could book a banger. Like I was gonna do some bigger matches, but I think I could do some more middle matches. Like I had some last man standings in mind and things like that. But
yeah,
I think I can scale the show down a little bit.
Wait, I'm not gonna check now because I'm gonna leave it for us to discover then.
Yeah.
But it also depends on what it might depend on what's the bonus for the pay-per-view. What match is the bonus?
What's the bonus match for the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Which sometimes bangs, sometimes doesn't, and sometimes people don't use it at all. You know what I mean? Like, so it's very dependent. Big decisions to make. Decisions to make.
All right. Either way, thank you all for being with us with another episode of the GM Mode. We'll be back next week with full gear. Hopefully with a full cast. We'll try to make sure that we need to, we'll coordinate it so we have a full cast of everybody booking their pay-per-views. Like I said, it's pay-per-view time, so it's pay-per-views on no limits, no time limits. Just book the best show possible, and we'll see what comes of it. It's the last pay-per-view before All In basically 5 weeks from now is all. Well, I'm gonna say 5 weeks because with me going to Korea, me coming back, we're still gonna. I have plans on us still doing this with me in Korea, but we'll figure out what after that. But somewhere in June we'll do All In, but that's still coming on. That's still coming up. Look out for that. We're excited. I've got some crazy plans. Hopefully we can put together. But yeah, thank y'all for being with us. Be sure to follow the channel over at Rebelli TV on Twitch. Subscribe to the YouTube Rebelli TV as well. Check out all of this and all of our other shows on other places, including Record Breakers, our music podcast, Through the Tomes, our TTRPG real play show. And yeah, keep an eye out for other fun things that I might have planned. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Until next time, hasta los huevos. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Annyeong.
Give me a piece.
Fighting.